Bestil mig foran.
I knew, so that's what I wanted to do. Coming over here.
Nice going, Mum. Mum's going. I'm going to take a photo.
Comprei 3 camisas pra mim.
Var det den der, han fortalte på det engelsk, vi næsten ikke kunne forstå?
Ja, men så han kan jo også det for.
Foran, ikke det foran. Jeg har ikke noget mere. Og det kan hvorfor at han kunne have træet til? Eller sol. 3, 6, 12.
Dårligt vejr.
the back of the boat seat on the open deck. And obviously
Point out some places of interest for you. I'm not a professional guide, so if I make any mistakes, please bear with me. Whatever you do, don't laugh. Here to the right hand side, this large impressive building here, that's called County Hall. This used to be the administration offices for the Greater London Council. They've got seating 3,500 people. The building is completely soundproof from the noise of the passing trains here. Further along to the right, the Queen Elizabeth Hall, the Purcell Rooms, the Hayward Arts Gallery, exhibition halls and theatres. This area to the right is known as the South Bank. It's the centre of entertainment, music and arts. The Honourable Company of Master Mariners, retired sea captains. They use that ship as their floating livery hall and private club. To become a member, you've had to have had command of a ship at sea. The president of that company is the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles. Just behind the Wellington there to our left, that archway with a face of Farmer Thames to it, that's called Temple Gate. It's the western boundary line point between the City of London, which we're just entering. We're leaving behind us the old City of London School for Boys. Closed down a few years ago, the boys moved to larger premises a bit further downstream. But it's a very famous school out there to our left. Some of our past members of Parliament went to school here, and one of our past Prime Ministers, Clement Attlee. See the 4 stone statues between the arches on the front of the building? They have John Milton, Sir Francis Bacon, Sir Isaac Newton and William Shakespeare. They were placed there as an rare brick building near to our right. They found the remains of the Globe Theatre, and that was where Shakespeare performed most of his plays for the first time. If you want to know what the theatre looked like, the Globe Theatre, see this pub here, the Anchor Tavern, very nice old pub, worth a visit. But in that pub they've got a large wooden model of the old Globe Theatre. It's a very nice old pub there, worth a visit. Now amongst all the forms of entertainment prison here, behind the old walls and warehouses, but it was called Clink Prison. Where we get the old Cockney sound from. If you go to prison, you go to Clink. If you look where the roof's dip low here, shortly you'll see a rose window in a granite wall. Just coming to the view now, see it here? Now that dates back to 1106. You see, before it was a prison here, it was a palace which belonged to the Bishops of Winchester. Also here to our left-hand side, you see that blue monstrosity. Well, that belongs to the Montague Midland Bank and was opened about 4 years ago now, designed by a local window cleaning firm, we believe. Now next door to it is a very famous old building of London, the old Billingsgate Fish Market area. In fact, this part of the River Thames that we're in here, from London Bridge down to Tower Bridge, is known as the Upper Port of London. And it used to be very busy here with commercial shipping. It was one of the busiest parts of the river, apart from the docks. More here to the right-hand side, we've got 2 ships. The large grey ship there with the white anchor chains over the bow, that's the cruiser 35 HMS Belfast. The largest light cruiser ever built for the Royal Navy in her time. She saw service in the Korean War, where she was our flagship. Also, in the Second World War, her action of note was that she took part in the chasing, the shelling and the eventual sinking of the famous German battleship, the Scharnhorst. Feasible to bring the ship into the Port of London and allow the passengers to go ashore here. They go to places like sunny South, Mediterranean, Greek Isles, Southend, Margate, Ramsgate, places like that. If you look to our left-hand side, there's your destination of Tower Pier, world famous crown jewels, which belong to Her Majesty the Queen. But as you see it there today, it took over 250 years to build. On the embankment wall to the left, the writing, entry to the Traitors' Gates. Years ago, the traitors were found guilty at the Palace of Westminster, rowed downriver in a barge, taken through the gateway to be executed on Tower Green. The form of execution was to have their head chopped off and then stuck on a spike on top of the old medieval London Bridge as a warning to would-be traitors. There you are, the Tower of London and the Traitors' Gate on the left-hand side. The Tower Bridge was built in its Gothic style just to blend in with the Tower of London. Cost of £1.5 million. Designed by Sir Horace Jones. I'm sure you are aware the centre bascles of this bridge that we're about to pass under, they can be raised to allow larger ships into the Pool of London. Now there's only one time that these bascles have failed to open. Now believe it or not, but it was on the opening ceremony in 1894 when a ship did collide with Tower Bridge. It's been stuck a few times when we get the hot weather, it melts the tarmac on the bridge, but they've always managed to get the opening time for the ships. It only opens roughly, I said earlier, this part of it used to be busy with shipping, but on an average working day, Tower Bridge used to open between 20 and 30 times just to allow ships in and out of the Pool of London. Through Tower Bridge on the right is the area of Bermondsey. You see the old walls and warehouses to the right have been converted into luxury flats and apartments. Not used commercially nowadays. A single bedroom flat to our right will set you about £100,000, having over 800 apartments. Just past that hotel, see the opening in the river wall there? That's the entrance to the old St Catherine's Dock. It's not used commercially now, it's used as a yacht haven and floating maritime museum. In there they've got some lovely old River Thames sailing barges, the old Nora lightship, and some of the old steam tug which once worked on the River Thames here. It's worth a visit, it doesn't cost you a penny. The boats go back every 20 minutes, 20 past each hour, 22 the hour, and on the hour. I would like to point out to the adults on board the boat something about the commentary which I've been doing on the way down river. Now you may have gathered at one point or other that I'm not a professional guide, and I did in fact turn that when we started. You see, the reason we the crews of these boats do the commentaries is basically it keeps the price of your tickets down. You see, a few years ago, the owners of these boats, they were asked to employ professional guides. They looked into it, found out it'd be far too expensive to employ professional guides on these boats, because these boats work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. So employing the professional guides in here would be unacceptable. I was under no obligation to do the commentary in the first place. I don't want to do it, I don't have to do it. But I'm sure you'd agree, it would be pretty boys to come down to the boat. I'm not know what you're looking at, will it? Yeah, thanks for your attention. Boy, there you go. Have a pleasure made a day in London, in this country, if you are from other shores. Thank you. Boy, there you go.
Auf der Rückseite.
You know, when we were having the brooch,
Bye from London.
jeg lige spørge ham her.
Back over there on the right-hand side, the red brick building, you'll see, looks like a castle, is Lambeth Palace, the official London residence of the Archbishops of Canterbury for the past 700 years. Anne Boleyn was imprisoned there for a short while when she received her death sentence, was taken to the Tower and executed. In the Palace of Westminster there are 1,160 rooms, 120 staircases, 11 courtyards and 2.5 miles of corridors. Going all the way around the building. It was put there to keep evil spirit out of the building. You see what a mistake they made there, it's full of them. Well folks, we're shortly be landing at Westminster. Time flies when you're having fun. So this now brings me to the end of the commentary. And I'd like to explain to you that we, the crew, we're not professional guys. We get the commentary purely voluntary to make the journey a little bit more enjoyable. We don't get paid for doing them. And you don't pay for them in the price of that ticket in any way whatsoever. We have to hire and maintain this equipment ourselves to enable us to give you the commentary. Nearly at the end of a few words in terrestrial on board as intended. We'd like to show some appreciation for my efforts. You can do so when I pass among you in the traditional manner as on all the boats on this river.
This flight is now closing.
Final call for the one remaining passenger travelling the Greyman on flight number HR034. The one remaining passenger wishing to travel on this flight, please proceed immediately with departure gate B for security clearance and passport control. And onward to gate number 7 where your flight has now boarded and is ready for immediate departure.
Former butik. One JK.